So my partner Mike and I have sold over $100 million worth of real estate here in Alameda and the East Bay. And we work with buyers every single day, just like you, who are wanting to settle down here. And so I want to share with you the 3 things that I wish every buyer knew before making an offer. And it's my goal on this channel to give you this general information that's sometimes city specific, so that when we decide to work together, we're already operating at a higher baseline so that we can focus on a lot more of the important stuff, which is getting you the home that you want, okay, and putting you in a position to succeed. So if you're interested in that, and if you're wanting more information on the city of Alameda or buying and selling, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be putting out a lot more content. Okay, so the first thing that I wish buyers knew before making an offer is to understand that the list price is not always indicative of the sales price. And what I mean by that is, when you see a house that's listed for sale, you might think, wow, that's a great deal compared to the other homes on the market. Or when I work with buyers, they want to offer the price that is stated as the asking price. However, that price is not real. It's an attractive list price in order to draw in buyers and eyes on the property. In most cases, okay? We work with sellers all the time, and it's a marketing tactic that we use in order to lead buyers into the door, because they're thinking it's a great deal. And it creates a lot of buzz on a home. Now, very often, this price will be 10%, even 20% under what we expect it to sell for. So when you're searching online on the Redfins and Zillows and you see a home that's $995,000, well, it's a good chance that they expect that house to sell for $1.2 million. It's something that it's hard to wrap your head around, but it's a common practice here in the East Bay. And so when you hear those statistics of houses selling 30% over their asking price, well, it's not always because this market is insane or crazy. Yes, we are in the Bay, but it's a tactic, and that's already expected, okay? Because the market value of the other homes in the neighborhood and the other comparables that have recently sold, well, they have already sold at that higher price, okay? We're just using a lower price to separate yourself from the competition. And for you as a buyer, it's hard. I understand. And a lot of the times my clients I work with, they're asking me to write up an offer at the list price or even under the list price. But unfortunately, it's a waste of time. Now, there are times when homes are transparently priced, or that they're more priced accurately. But this is my homework that I'm going to be doing with you, and I'm going to be educating you on what the sales prices have been in that neighborhood, and we're going to determine together what that market value is. However, more than not, it's an undervalued home if you believe it's a good deal. Buyers are conditioned in this market to know that. If they've been around this market for a long time, or if they've made offers before, they understand that this is the strategy here, and they're conditioned to know that. So it's just a matter of looking at the sales comparables, doing that analysis, and that's where we arrive at the market value. But it's important to know up front, because this is what you're going to be dealing with for almost every property. Now, again, like I said, there are some transparent prices. There are off-market properties that we can look at. That's not going to be as much of this variable in terms of list price and sales price, but we can get into that at another time. So let's talk about tip number 2, which is do not wait until you find the home that you're looking for. Now, this is a competitive market, we know, in the Bay Area. Homes sell within about 2 weeks in today's market if they're a good property. So you've got to be prepared and get that pre-approval up front. Too many times I'm working with buyers and they say, "Oh, I'll wait to speak with a lender until I find the house that I like." Well, guess what? When you find the house that you like, it's gonna be gone, okay? Because the offer date is coming up, or someone else is gonna be ready to jump on it with a preemptive offer, and then you're gonna miss out. And we don't want that to happen. We wanna make sure you are ready and serious about making this purchase before we go out and home hunt. Because too many times I've got to tell the house that you loved, "I'm sorry, they just accepted another offer." And it's my job to put you in a position to not have that happen, okay? So speak with the lender up front, get all your financials in order, know your budget, and then we can focus on attacking the home search and looking for the specific house you want, and maybe even getting you in there early so that you can be the person that is making the preemptive offer, the jump on the property and getting your home accepted before other people can even get their offer in, okay? That is what makes you a strong and serious buyer. So the third thing that I wish all buyers knew, that you should know before making an offer, is that the emotions are going to tempt you, but the preparation is going to protect you. And so this comes down to contingencies as a part of an offer. And when we're talking about what makes a strong offer, is price and terms. And the terms are the contingencies, the conditions or clauses that make up your offer. And you want to be competitive, but not reckless. And you want to do it with strategy. And so the way that we do that is by doing that homework up front, which is number one, getting that pre-approval letter, speaking with a lender, doing the market analysis, and reviewing all the disclosures on the property, looking through all the inspections, which we'll do together, and getting a full understanding of the scope of the property so that you can come in there, potentially waive your contingencies if necessary. Houses, they get 5-10 offers on a good home. These are the homes that you're gonna want. And so you've got to find a way to separate yourself. If it's not gonna be price, well, it's gotta be with your terms. I'll be honest, all of the offers that get accepted in a competitive situation are offers that have no contingencies. Speak with your lender and you understand, hey, I don't need a finance contingency because I'm so well qualified. Or I don't need this inspection contingency because they already did it for me and there's nothing else that I'm going to inspect. I already know what this property is about. I know what I'm getting, and it's an as-is purchase. We want to protect you, and there is inherent risk with removing your contingencies. Now, I'm not saying you've got to remove them all every time. I'm saying that there's a chance, in order to be competitive, that you've got to remove them a good amount of the time, or at least do it strategically and not have all of your contingencies in there. You might have one, remove some of the others, and it might be a case-by-case basis, but it's my job to help you succeed and put you in a position to get your offer accepted. And what that would mean is making your terms as strong as possible. But the only way we do that without increasing our risk is to do that homework and preparation before we write the offer. So it is a peace of mind thing. You're going to have a lot of emotions because there's risk there, but our work together and the preparation is going to limit that risk. And so I'll help you understand what you need to look for, especially the Alameda specific things. But the best homes, like I said, you're not going to get your offer accepted if there's all your contingencies in there. I mean, there will be times when you can find a home that'll accept all your contingencies, or there'll be an off-market property, but it might not be the best home. It might not be the home that you really want. And if that's okay with you, that's okay with me 100%. We'll go find that property. I will find you that property. I'm just talking about the most competitive situations, okay? So I don't want to beat that horse too much. I think you get an understanding now. Again, a case-by-case basis for all of these things, but these are the things that time and time again we've got to reiterate to buyers when there's a lot of emotion in there, when they're new to this market, especially if they've dealt with buying and selling in other markets before. The Bay Area is a micro market and it's very different from others. So I'm here to educate you. If you enjoy this video, if you enjoy this content, if you want to know more about Alameda and the Bay Area, hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you here again. I'm Jay Coyne. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.